PGP, yeah! Climbing up the charts, breaking ladies' hearts. PGP, yeah! It's good enough for you, it's good enough for me. Hanging out with all of your best friends. Times are great this summer will never end. PGP, yeah! Podcast of the year, the best thing you will ever hear. PGP, yeah! Smoking lots of drugs and drinking lots of beer. Tripod, yeah! Yeah! Dream Man on the top and Pogo also on the top. Pogo, yeah! Yeah! He's the greatest guy, his moves are just so fly. Hanging out with all of my best friends. Times are great this summer will never end. Yeah! It's season 5, episode 11. Yeah. Season 5 and I'm just in heaven. Yeah. Perfectly good podcast. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
It's season 5.
Hello.
Episode 11
Hello,
of
Berlin.
Perfectly Good Podcast. I'm Andrew Pogson. Let's do it. Yes, it's season 5, episode 11 of Perfectly Good Podcast. I'm Andrew Pogson, and I am joined by the Rockin' Cats of Tripod. How do you do, Stephen Gates?
Why did you write a song called Peachy Pea?
It's good to hear from you. Scott Edgar, how you doing?
Good, but I'm feeling for you, Pogo. I just want to unpack either now or after the intros the fact that according to that song, we're your best friends.
Anyway,
is that
Simon Hall, how do you do?
Pogo,
Third time's a charm.
you've done it again, and by that I mean you did a song at the start of the podcast again.
Yeah,
Fuck it, this is going to be one of these episodes, isn't it?
the last one for a while. We've got to get it all out. It's been building up.
I know,
Yeah,
that's it. It's the last one.
It is, well, yes. So episode 11, we're going to take a little bit of a break. Things are building up in terms of work life, home life. So we're going to take a little bit of break, probably till the end of the year. I believe we plan to do a Christmas episode before the end of the year. So we'll make sure everyone knows about that in the lead up to Christmas around December at some point. However, yeah, we've come to the end of our little ISO season, which has been a lot of fun. Yeah. Now, Scott, you can pile on. Did you want to ask questions about that introduction?
Yeah, I'm thrilled and honoured to be referred to as your best friend, but I'm a bit sad for you. That's all.
I wanted it to feel like one of those like sort of hard rocking, but like the lyrics are like really positive.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, I'm with my best friends and it's summer and we're rocking out. And
It felt like a 1980s toy commercial.
Yeah.
And I mean, why Peachy? Why not sort of Mario or Toad or one of the other characters?
Okay. So my diction is not very good. PGP.
Peachy
I like Peachy
Pea.
Peachy P is a great name for like a singer or something. Peachy P.
Oh, yeah, Peachy Pea, like Cardi B.
Yeah.
Peachy Pea. Yeah, right. See, we're getting somewhere. We've got something out of that song.
I think I have a new favourite rapper, by the way. Speaking of your favourite MC, I think it's oh my God, what's her name? No, I can't remember her name. That's so embarrassing.
That would have been a great segment called Rap.
Called Rap. Damn it. I'm going to look it up because I can never remember her name, but I bloody think she's awesome.
Is it WRAP? Like rap and then WRAP?
Wrap up. This week's Wrap up.
Yeah.
It's going to be obvious. It's a
Wrap
really
up.
obvious one too.
Rap.
Oh yeah, Nicki Minaj. She's awesome.
Right.
Oh, it is Nicki Minaj.
She's got just crazy creativity with her rhythms.
Is she the one who's doing the current one about
WAP.
Yeah, that one.
Or is
that
that's Cardi
B?
B.
Oh,
That's Cardi B. That's Cardi B.
Yeah, we're feeling pretty
B.
white at this point. We just come out of the gates as
Yeah.
old white guys. Just let's lay it on the table.
Yeah, we did it. We did it.
I
I just want to give so just with that introduction, not that I want to talk about myself for all of the podcast, just at least most of it, I did that introduction in pretty much 20 minutes. I mean, it might have been 25 or 30 to get the mix done and bounce it out. So I felt like super stressed because I had no time this week to do it. And so in between meetings this morning, literally, I was like writing stuff and then would jump on a Zoom call and try and talk about my work and then jump back off and keep on writing, which is why everything's pretty bad.
I thought it was largely improvised. Did you write that?
Yeah, anyway. So here's the things I stole to cut corners. The backing track is not, obviously, I didn't program any of that. It is off YouTube. There's, I discovered that there's all these like metal or whatever you want to call it, hard rock backing tracks where you can just, turn them on and then sort of jam out to them. So I just grabbed one of those and I chopped it up a bit just to give me the sections where I wanted it to happen. Yeah. But yeah, that's essentially I just press play and then hum something over the top and then quickly belt out some lyrics and then press record and here we are.
You wasted behind the scenes, Pogger.
Yeah, I don't want anyone sort of going, wait a minute, I jammed to this thing, that sounds exactly the same. I totally stole that. And also, and here's a little thing to show how much I've been, having my wonderful daughter in the house for however many weeks now, is the melody sort of sounds like the toddler children's cartoon Super Wings. It sort of sounds like it. So if you don't know Super Wings and you have Netflix, just chuck on Super Wings and you'll see that it's sort of the same.
I thought you were quoting Mencken's Zero to Hero. Bless my soul.
Oh, really? Yeah. The other one that it feels like is like Girls.
Oh, yeah.
Girls.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What, the Poison
Motley
Crue.
Yeah.
Girls. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's like little vibes of things.
I hated Motley Crue when they came out.
Yeah.
As people or musically?
I just hated. I loved guitar metal, but I didn't like the hairspray metal or the makeup.
Yeah.
Kiss was fine, but anyone who wore makeup that wasn't a spaceman or a freaking monster, not interested.
There's I think I did a Flicklicker on a podcast. Not a Flicklicker, but casting around on a podcast called Winds of Change, which is about the Scorpions song and whether it had to do with
I've got to get back into that.
The FBI, not the FBI, the CIA and stuff. Anyway, there's a lot about Motley Crue in there and Black Sabbath and stuff because they all used to hang out in the same kind of circles and they had the same manager, a lot of those guys. This dude, Doc something or other, who was also like a drug kingpin and had all these weird deals with the American government. He could sell... So he could sort of grass up Central American leaders in return for not getting put in jail, and it's just so sordid and huge.
What I didn't realize when I was 16 and hating Motley Crue is that Tommy Lee was only like 3 years older than me at the time. They were hugely successful, really young, really fast. And their lifestyle reflected that. In an amazing way.
There's one sequence where they all of them, all the different bands, get on a private jet and fly over to, I think it's Moscow, to do a no alcohol, anti-alcohol and drug concert, and they all just get so fucking wasted on the plane over there. It becomes legend how fucked up they get. Heading into this, abstinence-based event.
Yeah.
Now, before we move on, my little bit of housekeeping. Firstly, I want to thank the Patreon subscribers. They're in the live chat at the moment on YouTube, and it's wonderful to have them here. They've been supporting us all year, which is absolutely fantastic, and we appreciate that, especially during the drying up of live gigs. I was about to say time to sign up, but we're about to go on break. I guess it doesn't stop you signing up, ready for the Christmas episode. We'd love to see you there anyway, of course. And I'm not sure we're thanking the City of Melbourne anymore. No thanks to you, City of Melbourne.
I think there's a medium place between thanking them and no thanks to you. It's probably just the
there
medium
is a
feeling.
City of Melbourne.
They exist. We exist. There's no
just acknowledge them.
Yeah. Anyway, and of course, I want to thank any of our listeners, Patreon or otherwise, for tuning in, supporting us throughout this year. It's been a real delight, I got to say, at least for me, having this year. Feels sort of super creative and has been a lot of fun. So hopefully it's been fun to listen to.
And whilst we're thanking people, Poggo, can we thank Yoni and Gatesy? Let's thank Poggo for the hard work he's done on this podcast.
Let's do that.
You have. He's worked really hard. I mean, we've all put in.
I want to thank him.
To an extent.
No.
I'll thank you twice.
No.
Stephen.
So I've just been hanging around children, and I'm getting the cadences, and
he falls into the no thanks category. I fall into the thanks category, and presumably Yon's the middle bit. Presumably Yon just acknowledges Poggo.
Yeah.
Sit on the fence.
You have an uncanny ability since the day we met you, Poggo, to unlock and undiscovered facets of not only the group. Oh shit! I'm popping. Not only the group, but individually, I think, especially this last season, discovering even new ways to work and new ways to create, and even having your input has been incredibly great.
All right, so steady on. That's
okay. Keep it coming. Keep it. What about you?
This is why I don't do sincerity, Scott.
As soon as you open that door, blah.
Wait a minute. On the chat here, Richard Nielsen writes, "Good work, Poggo. You're a champ." Thanks, Richard Nielsen.
Shit.
Oh, wait a minute. Jennifer Whitehouse writes, "You rock, Poggo." Thank you, Jenny. Anyway, so I've got the support of the Patreons, and that's all I need at night. Anyway, shall we actually move on with a segment?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Now, Scott, you were telling me about this earlier.
Scott. Scott. Flicklicker.
Welcome to Poggo Presents Scott Flicklicker. Scott, how do you do?
I do well.
How do you lick them flicks? How do you lick the flicks that you lick?
I'm a little bit concerned with the taxonomy of this particular topic, because I don't know if it actually fits into. I think it fits into Flicklicker because it's a movie, but I watched it on a streaming service on my telly. So is it a telly show? Is it a movie?
No, I think it's still a
movie. That's a flick.
Oh, you can't getting both. I could just get both.
Yeah.
So it's unsurprisingly the Howard Ashman documentary on Disney Plus. I think it's just called Howard. If you happen to be a Disney songs Disney nerd, or in particular a theatre or musical theatre nerd, it's great stuff. It's a little bit sort of pedestrian in terms of the way it's put together visually. There's not much going on other than kind of zooming in on photos, really, and you're hearing interviews.
Do you think maybe it's been made
in a post-COVID world?
Yeah.
We did speculate that. We wondered if that was why. The footage that is in there, the actual visual footage, is awesome if you're nerdy about this stuff, as I am. For example, you get to see Jerry Orbach and I want to say Jessica Fletcher, the actor whose name is
Angela Lansbury.
Angela Lansbury, thank you. Jerry Orbach and Angela Lansbury in the Be My Guest sessions, with the orchestra and everything, and just doing their thing.
And Angela Lansbury lecturing people about teapots, about how tea works.
Oh, you watched it, did you?
That was a real moment of going, yeah, actors.
But considering, I think it's a pretty germane conversation to be having, considering she was playing a teapot
Oh, I know why she was doing that. It was definitely germane.
And also just all the footage of seeing Howard Ashman, who, by the way, those of you who don't know, is a lyricist for the Disney movies that just flicked the switch on Disney musicals becoming much more Broadway, because he brought that Broadway culture across to Disney. And there's some fantastic stuff. There's a scene where he's sitting with the animators going, well, there's this thing called the I Want song where you stitch into the fabric of the story what that character wants. And then you've got something to play off throughout the whole rest of the story, right? And it's a very common thing in Broadway, but these animators going, shit, we've been making animated films with songs for like 50 years and we didn't know that. Like no one told us that that's one way of approaching it. All that kind of culture clash that went on, but also, I mean, the tragedy of his story. He was yet another awful AIDS casualty, but yeah, some great stuff. And watching him work with Menken on that stuff. They wrote Little Shop of Horrors as well. Very nostalgic scenes of working in crappy theaters in the 70s, putting on shows because they were young and they weren't going to wait for anyone else to do it, which took me back. So yeah, it's really great, especially if you're exactly the kind of nerd I am about this stuff. And that's my recommendation.
I thought it was interesting that he was saying that film, in his opinion anyway, film musicals these days anyway, rarely work. It's hard to make it work when people break into song, but for some reason in animation it feels okay.
Yeah, that's right. Well, he's touching on that idea. I guess if you're a huge theatre nerd, as I am, you call it Brechtian alienation, which is this idea of make it a little bit weird and then you get away with a lot,
That's like lots of theatre.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Well, yeah, for sure. And Little Shop of Horrors he wrote as well. And that kind of works as a musical on screen because it's that heightened, weird, theatrical feel anyway, Yeah, but he shit-canned things like, he was even going West Side Story. He was saying it's weird when people start singing. And he's he's gone down as one of the most prominent musical theatre Broadway legends, even though his forum was Disney films. It's jarring to hear him talk that way, isn't it?
I've always understood when people said, even though the form that I was most brought up on, including, even including like pop music or anything, is musicals.
Yeah.
But it's always made sense to me that a lot of people can't deal with someone breaking into song. Like, I get why people feel weird about that.
Yeah. I went through a whole phase in my relationship with theatre where I thought theatre that didn't have songs in it was like a waste of everyone's time.
Yeah, I sort of
like, why would you not have music? Music's awesome.
I must admit I've rarely gone to see plays. That's super unusual. And when I was in New York with my wife, we went to obviously endless musicals and lots of jazz and whatever else. But then we went to a play, and it was great. But I just sat there the whole time going, "This is sort of really cool, but
this is like watching a movie, but you're just locked onto a big wide shot."
Yeah. It's very lazy. Very lazy. Where's the two shot at least? Anyway, I've got that on my favorites or whatever you want to call it, my list to queue up. I'd love to watch that. So,
while we're on recommendations for the break, can we just quickly go into a remote ahead? You did the theme, so we don't need to hear it again.
Sure.
Motorhead.
Welcome to Motorhead, where we go through our favourite Motorhead tracks. According to that thing.
Is part of that joke, Jon, repetition?
What joke?
You say that joke every time.
I don't remember that.
You say it every time.
No, the joke is
I'm wondering if you're going, oh, this will be funny for the home because they've heard it like 3 or 4 times now.
No, it's a character joke. It's about this guy who just goes around the world not remembering anything. Like Dory in
Like Simon Hall.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Good.
Very better.
Does Finding Nemo feel weird to watch now?
Why?
Because of Ellen.
Oh, I haven't been following the Ellen thing.
Because of Ellen.
But do you have a rough idea of what the Ellen thing is?
All I know is that she's inevitably fallen out of favour. That's all.
Yes.
That's all.
She's a big meanie.
Yeah. She's a bit cancelled.
You know how I can tell that she's a big meanie? The way she dances.
Oh, it's mean dancing. It's mean person's dancing.
Just so insincere.
I think she stopped doing it because of that. I think she hated doing it herself, is the impression I got.
Well, it became Jimi Hendrix's guitar.
Yeah.
Burning it. So there's a show on iView, ABC iView, called Intelligence. It's a comedy show. It's a very silly. I like
Intelligence.
And it stars. It's silly and very unbelievable, but it stars David Motherfucking Schwimmer. And
he's good.
He is so watchable.
It's sort of an espionage kind of vibe. Him and some little schmucky guy.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, he's a big American coming to a London branch of intelligence, and they do data and all, And
what'd you say
it's
it was called
incredibly silly. Intelligence.
Oh yeah. Cool.
But just Schwimmer is a freaking revelation. I know he was funny on Friends, but he just eats up the scenery in the most entertaining way. And I'm laughing. And even though the subject matter is quite broad, the comedy is really detailed. And you're laughing at just little moments. And, the performances from everyone is fantastic. But you've got to just give over to the complete unrealisticness of it.
It's going on the list. And I dipped into my list. We started something last night, which I can also recommend in remote ahead. Finally got around to watching our dear friend Tim Minchin's show, Upright, the TV show. Have you guys seen that
was it
yet?
good?
No, okay.
We watched one episode last night. I loved it. Matt Saville directed it, which we saw in the crowd. Unsurprisingly, it's beautifully put together.
Did Tim write the...
Yeah, he wrote it along with... Okay. Chris Taylor, I think, from the Chaser, had a lot to do with it. And it's basically a two-hander road movie kind of thing. Really dark, often really funny. Not afraid to really flip quickly between confronting tragedy and comedy, which is something I love. So far so good. Thumbs up for Aussie television. Another blow struck for Aussie television. Well done, Tim.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How
do you watch it? How do you watch it?
So I bought it on iTunes. This is going to make the others furious, Poggo, when I mention how I watch stuff on iTunes, because I don't have an Apple TV. I just buy it on my laptop, plug it into my telly with an HDMI cable.
Yeah, you're really rocking it.
I really got in trouble from these guys when I
look how angry Stephen is. I love it. That's delicious.
Well, I don't remember you getting in trouble. I just remember you resisting any advice or thoughts about how you might be able to solve it.
I do.
That's what I remember.
You might, just in simple ways of improving your experience, but you just refuse to even open your mind to the possibility. That's what upsets me.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm open to it.
You guys are doing it. Nah,
it's like
not
you're
interested.
offering me solutions to something that's not a problem for me, I guess.
But it's like a person who...
It's a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
It's not great. It's
See
not
what I mean, Poggo? It's just delightful.
But it's kind of...
You did a little face, though. You pulled a little face when you said it's a problem for me. Like, it's not... It's of course you can do it. Like, you can get around with a leg missing. But
it's like a person for me. Sorry to interrupt you on it, but it's like, I don't need a remote control. I get up, I turn the dial.
I do.
What's the big deal?
There isn't one.
So exactly. No, there you go. But then you go, I don't need that stuff, which is fine. But it's like, well, it's almost like you're watching someone having real trouble navigate the street, and all you want to do is give that person a hand and just help them. But
all right, so
you're running in traffic. That's what I'm saying.
Because I'm enjoying this conversation, help me with.
You brought it up.
I know.
By the way,
because I knew it would get us here.
Okay,
meaty content. What does my laptop not do that an Apple TV does do, other than
what does it
having to sort of physically interact with it?
Mirror your iPhone.
So if I wanted to watch something off my iPhone,
anything, it's like YouTube, Netflix, any that stream, you bring it up on your phone. You go, oh, I might watch that, and throw it to your TV. That's it.
Right.
That's all we're selling.
Okay. Can I say just while we're trying to work out here what the deal is, the chat has just gone nuts because everyone reckons that this is what we're in.
Hey there. You looking for solutions to your social problems? Just come forward and ask. Social norm. Yeah. Social norm. Do you want to conform or wear a uniform? Or that's actually both.
Sort of
that's both things. Conform or wear a uniform. Social norm.
And wear a uniform.
Yeah, I said all. Social norm. It was the blues, I guess.
Bumper.
Do you know what I love about that is that it's been so long since we played that all of you guys made the same joke, and then like 1 second later on the recording you make anyway. Beautiful, beautiful.
We just forget the jokes.
This sort of stuff, it just flows out of us.
Yeah,
we're not even in the room.
I'd rather you guys didn't encroach into my character. I mean, I quite clearly delineated it earlier.
So back onto the social norm of making sure that you have an iTV or whatever it's called.
Smart TV. It's just a smart TV feature, isn't it? Really, most of them have that feature now.
No, really. Apple TV. That's
Apple TV.
So
okay.
All right. So I commit to not getting annoyed next time I've got something on my phone that I want to see on my telly, and there's no easy way to do it. I'll take that on the chin. And I'll think of you guys as having warned me.
You can get a plug. You'd love this. I might even have one you can borrow. Ooh. You can get a plug that plugs into your phone that goes into an HDMI into your telly. So you still get to have the big cord.
That's dumb. Oh, he likes the cords.
Yeah. The OHS thing going on in his house is...
On a vaguely related note, do you guys use your PlayStation for Netflix and YouTube? Or is that just weird people?
No, smart TV.
Right.
No, it depends where the PS4 is, but when I had it in my bedroom, I used it. Yeah, it was a really good entertainment hub for that stuff.
Yeah, that's what it is for me too. Can't wait for I'm saving up, presuming supply lines hold out. I'm going to save up for PS5.
Yeah, I'm going to I'm there. I'm in neck deep at this point in my life, you know. Me too. They can pull out any old shit and I'll pick it up.
Yeah. I think I've accidentally saved up over the last 6 months for it. Nice. Realised, got
some money.
I'm 100 there.
Since we're in remote ahead, I have a remote ahead remote ahead insight. What's it called? Zoom in to remote ahead insights. What's it called?
What? It's not called anything.
Now he's making things up.
Does it even exist?
All season I've had a special
He remembers things that have never happened.
That happens after you dimension travel. You start to lose track of which timeline you...
Yeah.
It's like a subsection of Remote Ahead. It's like I'm sort of like a roving reporter of Remote Ahead where I do a deep dive into an aspect of a show.
Okay.
Yep.
So... Okay. Do you guys know about this show called The Masked Singer?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I know about it. I haven't watched it, though.
I've heard the ad, and I already know who one of the contestants is.
So I heard that it got killed because people got sick. So I had a look at the
Australian version?
Yes.
Okay.
So a whole bunch of people got COVID.
I'm the kind of guy that only once I find out a show like that's been cancelled that I go and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did. I went and watched it. And I was deeply disappointed. Well, first I was excited because I I was surprised at how kind of Japanese and out there it was, like with people in nutty costumes, amazing. Even in the audience.
Hughesy in the costumes as well, like amazing.
There was an audience?
Well, they had people sitting there. It was like a rogues gallery. It was like a Rocky Horror Picture Show sort of. But then I was deeply disappointed when the masked singer started singing and was clearly pre-recorded.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh,
yeah, that's why it's a perfect.
That's right. Because I would have thought you'd hear the costume, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it's pre-recorded.
I can feel.
Yeah, we get it.
That would be funny, but probably unsustainable for an entire episode.
I wondered about that. See, I didn't even occur to me. Yeah. Okay.
It's great. It's great because they can get anyone to really sing. Something they can auto-correct and pitch shift and all that sort of stuff to make it. And all they're doing is dancing around with a microphone to the furry face.
But again, to me that's all wrong-headed because it's about recognizing someone from what they actually sound like. So if they're getting to have all these pitch correction tricks and stuff applied to them, then and I'm not being no one is ever allowed to do pitch detection, but in a show where it's all about can you tell who it is singing? Surely.
No. So, but it's not about that. It's a show about getting celebrities to wear silly costumes and then reveal themselves. But the costumes, it's huge with kids, that show. Like, family audiences are off the scale with this show. Because kids love the costumes. They love the furries. They love all that.
Well, I guess I was relieved to see that it wasn't made for me, considering I hadn't been watching it.
Yeah, and as I say, just to circle back around, out of the 3 tripods, one of the performers you will immediately know who it is if you hear them sing. So I'm interested. I don't want to give it away. I don't know if it's appropriate to do that.
It's me.
It's Poggo.
So do you think? I'm interested.
Yeah.
Do you think we more than most people would know who it is?
For very specific reasons, you will know straight away who it is.
For very specific reasons.
Yes. For reasons of knowing this person's voice really well.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I think
who is it?
I'll ask you later.
Yeah. You can ask me later. In fact, I'm going to text you both right now.
Text it live.
I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. It's happening.
Yeah, right. While you're doing that, sorry. Oh no, Simon, you're still analysing. My bad.
Well, I'd like to move now from this segment because we're talking about helmets. So I'd like to go.
Fuck off!
Hey, I've got a remote ahead.
I've got a remote ahead.
I just got the text.
He just got the text.
Wow. That's great.
Nothing from Yoni. Nothing from Yoni.
Well, I don't want it. It's not very interesting for anyone who's even watching.
I don't know. I think they'd be interested.
Well, no, they'd be interested if we read out the name. So should we go into this? Should we go into this, Simon? So within this remote ahead segment.
Oh my God! Now he's cordoning off.
Are we still incepting into this segment? I thought we'd incepted. Are we still incepting?
We're incepting one more.
One more.
Oh.
We're incepting one more, which means we have to go back out.
And like the film, the more you go in, time sort of stretches and slows down in reality, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is the one where there is no time anymore, and we're all like,
no. Sorry, Yoni.
So this is we're now in Simon World Overhaul Hall. Don't make noises like that.
Okay, sorry.
We're going to drift out of our light entertainment category if you do that.
I actually forgot to do mine, Yon. Sorry. There now.
It's the sound that you make when you're in the third inception of a remote.
Yeah.
So from the company that brought you Housebag, I've got another idea.
Mm-hmm.
And because, the other problem at the moment is you're going around, you got your mask, you got your fucking headphones, you got your hat if you need a hat. You've got your bloody... it's probably just those things, actually. Life helmet.
Life helmet.
Helmet. Yep.
You're going outside. You put on your life helmet.
Yeah.
You've got instant mask. You've got instant sunglasses. You can adjust the tint level.
Yep.
You've got you can Bluetooth your phone's screen and sound into it.
Oh.
So you get a little heads up thing, and you're protected from your COVID and all that.
Wow.
Right. And also,
ones?
Yeah, you've got
head
protection.
You can pimp it up.
Does it just look like a motorcycle helmet?
I don't know what it looks like yet.
I was thinking like Luke's helmet from the X-Wing in Star Wars. Can you get one that looks like that?
Yeah.
Oh, but the mouth
it has to be enclosed. Yeah. It has to sort of suck on your neck.
Because
you like press a button and then you just
like that sort of thing.
Oh. Can it be the Mandalorian as well?
Right. So could you kind of pimp up a sort of motorcycle helmet? Is that the idea?
Possibly modify one. I'm not sure what it looks like. That's for the design people to do. I'm not going to assume.
Scott B on the chat says here that it could be the Plague Doctor outfit 2020.
Yeah,
we'll look that up.
I like it. I like it.
Yep.
I assume he means Plague Doctor. The nose.
Oh yeah.
With the goggles.
Yeah.
I like it.
Awesome.
Okay, so now
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm intrigued.
I want to get
Plague Doctor.
Yeah, it looks like an ibis nose.
Yeah, you know that classic, sort of Medici era Italian, doctor with a robe and the long pointy mask. Yeah.
Is the nose
eyes wide shut? Weirdness.
Yes. Yeah. Eyes wide shut. Does the nose have a function? For example, maybe the nose makes sure your face is always a certain distance from the patient's face.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it perhaps to sort of channel your breath downwards or something?
Yeah, or like the condensation or something.
Yeah. And then maybe it all drips off the point. Just to concentrate that horror.
Here's a great little comment here from the chat. Hannah under the tree writes, Chindogu, Japanese word, is done by a person seemingly inventing ingenious everyday gadgets that seem like an ideal solution to a particular problem, but in fact cause more problems than it solves.
Yes, that's an interesting bit of trivia.
I think we've got the name for our segment.
Yeah. Yon Chindogu.
Chindogu. That's awesome. I love how we don't have words for certain words from internationally, like ennui and things like that. I just love that stuff. Why don't we? Why doesn't the Western world have those complex emotions?
Well, we've got Chindogu now. I mean, I've been looking for that word my whole life. That sums up quite a lot of my responses to Yoni's inventions. Because he goes, wouldn't it be good if this? And I go, yeah, but what about this, this, and this?
What were I didn't hear any what-abouts in this.
Yeah.
For the life
no. I've got no problem with the life helmet. The life helmets, they're just
life helmet's solid.
Yeah.
I still feel bad. One afternoon, my school friend, year 9, Robbie Trundle, he was a little bit shorter than us, and he was kind of wiry framed, but he looked so funny when we put a helmet on him and threw him against the brick wall. Just hilariously funny.
Are you sure that was
good old-fashioned bullying?
Well, it was very physical. It was out of love because he looked very funny doing it. And I remember him laughing as well. Oh, yeah. But I did bring it up a couple of years ago, and he said, "Yeah, that was shit."
I'm shocked.
He was just smiling because he didn't want to cry.
That's right. There's consent and there's consent, isn't it? you know.
It was like only 4 or 5 times we did it one afternoon, but I just really remember it as a really funny moment.
Yeah, wow.
That's
incredible.
Just not fair. I love that guy. I love that. I love you, Robbie.
Did I tell you the story once? I probably have told you the story. When I was a kid, some of the big tough kids came and said, let's play together. I'm like, oh, awesome! I'm finally in. They want to play with me, and they said, go over and stand near that wall. And then they just produced some bags of rocks that they had prepared earlier and started piffing the rocks at me.
Wow. That's next level. Yeah. You know what? You turned out fine, Scott.
Yeah.
Totally. Nothing like a bit of bullying.
Now, Simon, how soon are we going to pull out of this inception?
Well, we need to incept back up to an insight into Remote Ahead.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Talking about not knowing who the audience is for, what the audience is for something. I watched a great documentary called High Score, all about the computer, history of the computer game.
Yes.
And it's got amazing stories about extremely obscure characters in the history of video games, like amazing. But the presenter is like, and then you'll never guess what happened next. Nintendo changed the world with one, and it's like, it feels like it's pitched at a 12-year-old, but the 12-year-old wouldn't care about the deeper stories of, it's like, I don't know, gets the commentary wrong.
Is it the same makers as the toys that made us? Did you watch that?
No,
I don't think it's the same makers.
That has a very over the top.
Yeah,
but that's a bit more tongue in cheek, isn't it? That's a little bit more sort of meta.
Yeah, it is.
Very much so. Yeah.
I did see, Gatesy, that my two favourite, some of my favourite designers are on there, and I've never seen an interview with them. Is Ken and Roberta Williams from Sierra?
Yeah, from Sierra.
Yeah,
I know.
Cool.
Those adventure game ones. Yeah.
Because I mean, my deal was I was an adventure game guy. I didn't have a Nintendo at all. So at the end of the day, Zelda, Mario, whatever. It was like King's Quest and Hero's Quest and stuff.
Exactly.
So
King's Quest 2 and King's Quest 3 and King's Quest 4 and King's Quest 5.
Yeah.
Space Quest.
Space Quest. Yeah. Leisure Suit Larry.
Leisure Suit Larry. Tell him Lefty sent me.
Yeah.
That's how you got into the bar or the brothel or anyway.
And Richard Nielsen saying Secret of Monkey Island. That is correct, Richard, but that is the Lucasfilm games.
They were good games, the LucasArts games, weren't they? Day of the Tentacle and Full Throttle. Are they repackaging or redoing Full Throttle?
Yeah, it's already done. A little while ago, they got remastered.
Right, remastered. Yeah. Okay. That was great, that game. I remember the day we played it around at Yoni's house. It was in your bedroom, and our mates were sort of coming and going with beer and suggesting ideas, ways forward. It was a good day. Gaming. It was quite social. Yeah.
Was good. Great voice acting by Mark Hamill too.
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Oh, was he? Because he did that stint of video game voiceovers for, probably the 90s, was it? Really?
Oh, a long
like Wing Commander and.
Yeah, but also
Wing Commander, he was actually, because remember in Wing Commander, the game involved actual footage. Like
he was a person, an actor.
But he's been a VO actor ever since. I mean, he was the Joker in not only the cartoons but the Arkham video games, and he was in Troll Hunters. Has anyone watched any of that?
Oh,
That's pretty cool, especially if you're into D&D nerdery. It's a Guillermo del Toro animated TV series on Netflix. Very sort of D&D. And yeah, it's great. And yeah, he's Mark Hamill's in that.
Okay.
Wow. Little known fact, I was in a movie with Mark Hamill.
Oh, okay.
Go on.
What was that?
I did
a little thing called Star Wars.
I was at the back. I was a Jawa. It was a long time ago. I did voiceover for a character in the movie length pilot for a series called Exchange Student Zero, and he obviously rocked up and got given his pages one day and read them out and went home without a second thought, performing as this particular Brian Blessed style king, so that's my little boast. Little boast. Cast mate.
Yeah. Hanging out in the trailers.
2 degrees of separation.
Yeah, that's right.
That's awesome.
I have one remote ahead myself.
Oh, that's good because we need to incept.
We need to incept up.
Wondering how we're going to do that.
Okay, remote ahead, folks. This is maybe more an update of me talking about the Simon Hall recommendation of Red Oaks, which is on Amazon Prime. This is this 80s one where it's like unbelievably 80s, but without pointing at the 80s-ness like it would say in Stranger Things or something. It just feels like it's totally comfortable with where it's set, and they actually don't make a lot of hay out of the 80s vibe, do they?
The other great thing about it is an example of that is the song choice, like the music choices.
There was some really beautiful Peter Gabriel
it's
choice.
not the obvious It's not. It's just not going to be the obvious song choices, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm maybe one episode away from the end, which means there's 3 seasons. It's really good, folks. If you've got Amazon Prime, do they finish the story, Jon, or is it just cancelled?
Do you want to know?
Well, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't feel like there's like a big stakes story. It's just really good drama.
Good recommendation.
No. It's a weird recommendation. Maybe it doesn't matter, but either way, there's 3 seasons. It's really, really, really good. I'm just enjoying the pace of it. It's well worth a check out. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got a list to work on. That's good.
I don't want to just to finish. Have we incepted out?
Yeah.
He wants to go back in.
Well, no, I don't. But in my weird don't watch trailers thing, I even don't want to know how many seasons there are of something.
Oh my God! Well, don't give me that rule after I said it.
No. I mean, I can't control, normal people and normal conversation. But yeah, I remember watching. It was a Spanish bank heist movie. I think it's called Bank Heist. Money Heist. Yeah. And I thought it was like just a mini series of maybe 4 or 5 episodes. Turns out no, but I didn't know how it was going to end and when it was going to end, and I didn't want to know. It was really exciting. That feels like the end of a season, but is that it? No, maybe not.
Is it worth persisting with? I tried it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's so uneven, but like intelligence is uneven. But the bits, the moments of gold are great. I loved Money Heist, but then just it completely dropped. It just went dumb. It just went dumb instantly, or dumber than usual instantly, and I just stopped watching it.
Okay. That's a lot. That's a real Christmas list for people.
Story.
That's a real viewing list for people.
Yeah, you've got a few months now into Christmas. Yeah. You've got no perfectly good podcast to rest your head on. Get into watching TV for the first time all year, no doubt. Hey, look, we've got one of these that I don't think I've got to yet, and I think it's the last one. Greetings, it is I, Pogginhood. I have come to deliver the mail. The people of Sherwood Forest knew very fast. Pogginhood, Pogginhood, Pogginhood. Welcome to Pogginhood Mailbag.
I heard the crowd cheer. I thought it was a cheer after the thing,
Yep.
But then I heard it in the cans then, and it felt like they were saying, "Oh,
no, huzzah,
no,
huzzah,
oh.
huzzah,
huzzah." They're saying huzzah,
huzzah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway,
continue.
Yep.
Please continue.
Yeah, good. It's only been 5 years in this, isn't it? Jeremy Hughes writes, "Dear Mr. Poggin, upon a recent re-listening, you poor man, to Perfectly Good Podcast, I have come to the realisation that even though you kept a running leaderboard of the Aquaman entries, no one was crowned the winner at the end. With many years now between you and the entry submissions, can we please get an official result as to who won the Aquaman competition and why was it social normed, penned by Jeremy Hughes? Sincerely, Jeremy Hughes. P.S. And don't give me any of that. It was the listeners who won because, while true, it's a coward's response." Thank you, Jeremy Hughes.
What I was about to say is the listeners won.
Yeah. That's a coward's response. Yeah. I thought it was an undeniable Pogginhood win, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's why the whole edifice collapsed, is because it was revealed as being profoundly corrupt at its foundation. Because Pogginhood had so much skin in the game.
Yeah.
Wanting to win.
Well, no, not wanting to win, being revealed as the greatest song, and ironically, the first.
Well, something about
it was all downhill
revealed
from the beginning.
Okay.
The thing is, because you control the communication between the podcast and the outside world. You just made whatever you want the case.
Yeah, well, that's one version of events. Another version is where it was there was a whole double-blind committee and test group that everything was sent to, and then those people came back and they said, I don't know who this Pogginhood is, and they use the inverted comma things.
Right.
But his was the best. Don't know why. Bad TV, bad podcasting that you put his at the start when you should have really put it at the end, so everyone gets real hyped and it's got an arc and so on. Yeah. But really the arc was start at the top and then really you just got more and more shit as you went along. So, and then... then we reveal that the Pogginhood one was the best.
So the answer to the question is sort of technically, from a technical point of view, the answer to the question is because of the undermining of democracy and information control. Is that what by autocratic tyrants? Is that what we're sort of getting?
Yeah. I think that's what we're saying.
All right. Cool.
Anyway, thank you very much, Jeremy Hughes. I think we've cleared that up, clear as mud. So, as everybody would know, in season 5, we're at the end. This is going to be a bit of a weird one. I feel like I have to set this up, and I did drop this on the guys at the very last minute last night. So I feel like, let's say, 5% bad about this. We have our regular segment. No, wait a minute. We're not going to go straight into song in 20 minutes. We're going to show the result of the winning song in 20 minutes from last episode. My apologies. And of course, we have to jump over to Stephen H. Gates. Stephen, what can you tell us? We've got your winning song, Another One.
Another one. I think it's a great way of wrapping up this season. Yep. I really enjoyed putting this one together, keeping it simple and nice. What else? Oh, we did that thing of listeners after the Friday podcast. We get together on Monday and decide how the song should end. Should we add another bit? And so from that point on, got the structure and slowly built it over and I think it's a real nice payoff for the end of the season.
I haven't listened to it. Sometimes I sneak a listen before the episode, but I haven't listened to this one. So it's going to be fresh.
I'm glad.
I'm going to give you a fresh reaction. Okay, here we are. Another one.
Sitting down to the bi-weekly song challenge. And seriously, I just can't be asked. Everything is COVID-laced. It's a hostile takeover phase, and I'm desperate to give it all a pass. But I got my commitment to my friends to deliver another hit song. Though I struggle every step till the end, I gotta buck up, sit down and be strong. 'Cause another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt. That's the thing. Another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt. But it'll sting. Another one won't hurt.
One and only Andrew Pogson.
Well, the guy, come on and give him a big hand. These jam sessions raise a question we gotta ask. Were there already enough people in this band?
Hey, what the?
Another one one won't hurt.
One won't
Another one won't hurt.
One won't
Another one won't hurt. That's the thing. Another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt, but it'll swing. Another one won't hurt. 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 That's the thing. Another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt, but it'll sting. Another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt. That's the thing. Another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt, but it'll sting. Another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt. That's the thing. Yeah, another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt, but it'll sting. Another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt. Another one won't hurt. That's the thing.
Very good.
What a good-hearted song. Very
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Featuring my lovely daughter at the end there.
Oh, no. I was so thrilled to get all the. So we decided maybe, okay, another solo, and then another solo, and then another person, and then another level. We'll build it up to all like a big, and it's basically our families.
Yeah. It's really sweet.
And getting the stems through was just freaking adore. I got Scott's M and Nell's one, Scott's wife and daughter, and that was just awesome. They're going, oh, we've got something here. I don't know, because they're laughing along. They're just not quite sure what to do, and but it was great. And it's a shame again on the Zoom you don't hear. It's all mono, so you don't hear the it build and the space, expand. But still.
So listen to the non-paid version of the podcast to get the full stereo effect.
Hey, I've got a thing here. It actually worked fine, but and maybe you did this on purpose, Stephen. But as a artistic choice. But do you know that you've laid my sax solo like one full bar early?
Interesting.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I really wanted to call you because I didn't. Because the, I guess the piece I'd given you to, because I don't when I'm sending Poggo the file, I don't give him the whole song because I want him to be surprised. So just like a solo, put that. But I didn't remember where I sent you from the start. So I placed it in, and I went, that sounds right. Because it does.
Yeah.
Did
It's
it
literally
sound right
like
to you?
It's literally one perfect bar early.
Wow.
Yeah, but
yeah,
but
which is funny.
The pickup felt perfect. You know.
Yeah, well, obviously I don't pick up. I start on beat one. You know.
So basically, so in that, so what I used, because I thought it was a great thing. I loved it when Scott sings Andrew Pogson. You do the melody on the. So just in your version. Scott goes, Andrew Pogson.
Yeah. So exactly. So it's like an echo. But you moved it back, so it ended up being perfectly over the top of it.
Yeah, I thought that was what you had in mind. Interesting.
I mean, this is actually delightful that's happened and it sort of works.
Fits.
And yeah.
Oh, it's so good. I really loved it. Sorry that I put it in the wrong place.
No, not at all. It's just a surprise, a nice surprise.
That is something I often do when I'm writing with a desktop thing. Is like I'll write some riff or some piece of music or some tune, and then I go, well, what if I put it half a bar that way? How would that feel? You know, I just like to actually change where it sits. Is quite a handy way of messing yourself up.
Exactly.
I've got to say, I just getting back to the song, I enjoyed all of those solos. Great solos.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
I mean, to the point where I wanted them to sort of be a bit longer. I know that they're sort of almost getting shorter and shorter as they go along. It's just more and more and more as accelerating almost towards the end. I realise that's the point of it. But because the solos are really good, I'm like, I want to hear more.
Sure.
It's great guitar playing. Great mouth guitar, Simon.
Well, excellent. I mean, how would you even know which was what?
Well, that's true. I'm guessing there was mouth guitar at some point.
Yeah.
Did you use Logic Pro for that?
Yeah, but I did the same. I used the same technique. It turns out I can use the same technique in Logic as I do on Reaper.
Which is just sing into it?
No, I slow it down a bit.
Ah, okay. Right.
And then I sing. So you slow it down. It's like you're slowing down tape. So the song's in a different key. And then you solo in that key.
Yeah, right. And you can just do that non-destructively in Logic, right? You can just wind a thing and then put it back up again when you're done.
Yes, that's right. It slows down the whole song.
Yeah.
Cool. But alarmingly, when Gatesy opens the session again, the tempo says it's a word that I've never seen before.
Sorry about that.
Holy shit! Are there slowdowns and pickups and but luckily I couldn't pick what went wrong. But
no, I think it was just what you could. I think it was just what the readout was showing. Anyway,
yeah. By the way, listeners, I've discovered that I had my mic around the wrong way, so I just span it. I span my mic around.
Oh, you're making way more sense now.
Yeah, exactly. I sound better. I feel better.
Yeah, you look better too.
Thanks. Yes,
that's a delightful one. I maybe this would have I'm never good enough to see this into the future. That would have been the perfect song to finish this episode on. Go out on that song.
Shall we do another season?
Yeah.
We could just play it again.
Yeah. Well,
I remember seeing this gig. In this chapel where this lady was singing these sort of folk songs, and she got to the end of the show, a big applause, great big applause, and she's like, well, I suppose you want me to do more. The only thing is I don't have any more songs, and so she just starts playing the same song again, and then at the end of that song, she's like, okay. What could I do? All right, and then she just does another song. So you basically just get the whole show twice.
Right. I do that. I love getting back to that. Andrew Parks and we listen to Jon and I anyway. Listen to Conan Needs a Friend, which is a great podcast.
Yeah, likewise.
Conan
Casting around.
Oh shit! No, wait.
I won't push it.
Don't push it. So yes, and they did incidental music with the credits at the end. Incidental music by Ben. You know, there's incidental music, and he just does a little lick to clock his name right at the perfect time, and I just love that. Incidental music by Ben Marshall. You know,
I wonder when I watch the credits, the opening credits to films when they used to do them, when the composer comes up, has the composer pre-asked when does my name come up in the credits?
Yeah,
I want to have something cool for that moment, just to
stab or a little stuff. Yeah.
Does anyone remember the sorry to bring it back to Star Wars, but I think it was the Last Jedi credits when the closing credits afterwards, you know, all the big orchestra stuff. But then, of course, when Carrie Fisher's name came up, it just goes to a solo piano with dun, 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 dun. Beautiful moment. That's just
really
gorgeous, sad.
Oh, that's on purpose.
Oh,
that's possibly.
I know it is. Yeah.
That you could argue that the Princess Leia theme is the best theme in Star Wars. I wouldn't spew at someone who said that.
No, it's a strong contender. I think Han and the Princess is right up there as well.
Which one's Han and the Princess? Oh, sure, yeah, that's a beauty. That's that opening sixth jump as well, isn't it?
Yeah, same leap.
That's which I learned from you, Poggo.
Welcome to Out of the Score.
Yeah. Hey, we really are in casting around here. We're going to push it. Okay, so look, that was a wonderful song. As always, wonderfully produced by young Stephen Gates.
Thank you.
Absolutely superb job. So that brings us to our final segment for the I was about to say for the year, but you know we might do something in December. But for the year, here it is.
This is my song in 20 minutes. It's a song that I wrote in 20 minutes, and it's my song, and it's a song, and it took 20 minutes to write.
Okay, so welcome to Pogo Presents Song in 20 Minutes. And this is where I can go back now and build on the intro I was doing before. We're going to do Song in 20 Minutes. I sent some stuff to the guys like really late last night / this morning because we had planned to do something else which fell through. We'll save it for another time. I set out the challenge at the very last moment thinking that we're going to do a Christmas episode in December, that what we can do now, it's going to be very weird and we're recording this right at the end of August. It's going to be very weird doing this, but I set the challenge of this week's Song in 20 Minutes, send out the usual topics, but it has to be a Christmas song, a holiday song, incorporating your topic, so that when we get to December, the winner of this episode, of episode 11, will then be, at some point between now and December, be worked up into a recorded Christmas song that we can then... I'm trying to get content for your Christmas shows.
I'm into all this. This is all good, but I am a bit disappointed because I was looking forward to this being the one where we don't have to be judged against each other. Like, where we can just sing our songs.
I mean, no one's looking forward to no judgment.
I'm disappointed to find out there's still going to be, a winner.
What if at Christmas time we do the Christmas medley of 3 songs?
I'm not prepared to commit to that till I've heard the song.
Yeah, exactly. I'll say now the competitive spirit comes out.
It's the competitive spirit that I hate. That's the bit of myself that I hate, the wanting to win bit.
Anyway, so we've got to go to Cario, of course. Cario being Stephen H. Gates. And Stephen, what was the topic I gave you this morning? I can't remember.
Oh, you're right. Oh, shit. It's... hang on.
It's going well.
Open up the emails. Here it comes.
Open up the emails.
He's obviously incorporated it quite well into the song.
Well, yeah, I didn't, because it's... No judgments. Even heaven can't beat when the kids sleep over at their grandparents', is what the sentence read. Even heaven can't beat when the kids sleep over at their grandparents'.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Which is an interesting situation at Christmas time. Like, yeah, things are troubled in the family if the kids are staying with their parents on Christmas Eve. But I only discovered
it's got heaven
that
in it.
Yeah. What more do you want? Come on.
Well, I just basically. Oh, sorry. And this is. I started writing at 12:30 and finished. This is a song in 15 minutes. All right. And it's. But yes, I reckon I've completely stolen the tune as well. So yeah, it's what I said earlier. Even heaven can't beat when the kids sleep over at their grandparents'. Christmas bells are ringing once again. Christmas choir sing and bring a friend. God from way up high is smiling with a sigh, 'cause birthday of his kid is round the bend. He looks with great interest in all the lands, laughs at all the children's quick gift
demand.
That's good. Yeah, come on.
Keep going.
I just want to be able to frickin'. He looks with great interest in all the lands, laughs at all the children's gift demands. But then he takes a pause, frowns his face because heaven ain't the best place anymore. A sleepover at Granny's is the nicest in the landies, and heaven cannot beat it anymore. Yes, heaven's not a match for Granny's little patch. Yes, heaven can't compete with her no more. Hey!
I so thought you were going to say something else.
Yeah, I think we all did.
I mean, it still sort of works as...
Yeah, it still works as that, doesn't it?
Yeah, good.
What a good one. 15 minutes. Well done. I don't think you ripped that off.
Oh, just that.
That's just good songwriting.
Nah.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think you're fine. I think you're in the clear.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
We actually have a nice little quip here from the Patreon YouTube feed. Instead of Carrio the champ, Carol O the champ.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Yep.
That's a quip. Certainly is a quip.
Thank you. That's
well done, Lisa Homestead. I dug that one. That's 15 minutes.
Yeah, and also
I didn't get any sort of. I was weird. I was very belligerent too. Again, made the video thing because I didn't think I was going to do it, so I wasn't mentally prepared. So maybe me in my not wanting to do it just freed me up. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Actually, yeah.
There's a dumb to say, but there's a song there.
Well, it's totally
there's a tripod song there.
Yeah. And it refers to Granny's.
It's in there already.
Patch.
Yeah.
Granny's little patch.
Yeah. Okay.
Little patch.
I mean, I found that interesting for a lot of reasons, but one of them is the perspective, the point of view you adopted. I think if I had to guess, I'd say that what they're saying is it's good when our kids go to Granny's. And that's heaven for us when our kids are at Granny's, right? But you've gone with what it's like
actual
for the
literal
kids. Yeah. So,
and God's feelings about it. He's got to renovate heaven.
Heaven's really come down lately.
Yeah. I dig it.
Nice
Scott Edgar, next up.
Well, okay.
So Scott,
you
tell
sure?
me,
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm sure. Bring out that competitive spirit. Now, Scott, I sent yours very late too. In fact, I think I sent it this morning, which is probably the first time I've done that. So no dog walking tricks, no walking the block, writing a hit song. How did you go this morning?
That only happened once. That happened once. One time.
It only has to happen once, and then you're that guy.
So,
Believe me.
Over, all my credibility, all my credibility out the door.
What was your topic?
So my topic is called "I opened a bag of chips," parentheses, or whatever you call them in Australia, and found only crumbs.
Yeah, I think this was a comment from an American. I opened a bag of chips, and all I found was crumbs.
So, any international, when we say chips, you might call them crisps, maybe? I don't know. What are the other words for them?
Potato
we're talking
crisps.
about potato chips.
It's the cold ones.
Potato chips.
Sam boys. All right. Okay. I'm gonna come clean with you about a thing that's bothering me lately. It's a myth that I got to bust. I never said it, but it's a thing other people say. That on Christmas night I visit every single house and I get down every single chimney. What if I said to you it ain't true, it's just the Christian ones? That rules out like a billion homes when you take, for example, the Hindus away. It's all good, there's no hard feelings, it's just the case that they don't believe in me. I don't want to in particular detract from the fact that it's still a really hard job, okay? If you need proof, look at the wear and tear on my food supply. I opened a packet of chips today and found only crumbs. That's kind of why I rely on the kindness of little boys and girls across the world. Well, the Christian ones. Important cookies, yum yum.
Nice.
You did it.
You did it.
That's awesome. I'm seeing a medley, guys. I'm seeing a medley.
Yeah. I'm essentially getting you guys to write your annual Christmas show early. That's what's happening here.
Yeah, I wouldn't describe that as a particularly Christmassy in feel. Musically, you're not hearing bells, but that's what came out. What can I tell you?
That's awesome. A good thing.
Scott, what can you tell us about the process on this one? Was it different because of really the extreme, closeness of your having to write it to the show?
No, look, Pogo, I do think you sent me this topic last night. I didn't look at it or start work on it, so it's not a factor. But just to be fair, fair to you, well, don't flagellate yourself unless.
Good on me.
Yeah. No, look, the process. Trying to connect a bag of chips with Christmas was a challenge, and once I'd done that, it was like a fairly tangential connection. So it involved quite a bit of detail to get there. So
Christmas.
See, wow, where were you?
See, this is why we're a group.
This whole season, I've said it before, this whole season is discovering why you need each other.
And I also became more enamored with the idea that when people say every child across the world, it's just completely, erroneous. And so the song's kind of more about that than the chips, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether I missed something about how that related to the chips.
No, it's not. It's pretty stream of consciousness, 20 minutes.
I'm all right with that, though.
Looking back.
The song in our tradition was, you get your 3-4 different topics or words or whatever it was. And, at least 3 out of 4 we're going to get that word or that phrase in, but the song's not about that. I'm fine with this happening that way.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, that's in there. It doesn't have to be about that, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
that's the only thing that I can work right at the beginning of the process is what is. I mean, that's how we do with the song now. What is the story we want to tell? Working out a twist on what the writer of the sentence is thinking, and it just goes into this and comes out a different way. That's the fun bit of writing the song. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
I don't know if I articulated that well.
No, you did, absolutely. It's like with all storytelling, you don't want the thing that you expect to happen. Yeah.
Well, yeah. You want it to a bit, but
not how you, not how you,
not how you go.
Not how you imagine.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's my last one. My last offering.
Yep.
Ever.
I was going to say, one of our favourite things, a running joke for like a 20-year-old running joke with Tripod is whenever one of us is doing a solo thing, like they're working on something by themselves, the other two will invariably go, well, if you need any hand or advice or, what are you doing there?
Let's say what you do. Okay.
Interesting choice.
It's like we're trying to hack each other before.
Yeah. So he who is last will be first. Don't want to call it early, but Simon Hall, you're up.
So I've exhausted all the I've exhausted the feels
Oh, you were Lucky Dip Day.
Exhausted.
No, so I'm gonna return to my roots, which are, if you remember the first episode,
trumpet.
the guitar.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Andrew's rocking back and forward.
That was the one where you took 4 hours to write it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, I did it in 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. So by the way, thank you to the people who have suggested all of the topics. I kind of feel bad that we haven't named the people. Was that
that's my fault. I think that's my fault
totally
because
I kind of feel bad that you didn't name.
Yeah. It's actually, this works really nicely. I can do shit things and you can feel bad for me.
Okay.
Or we can
just give it a go.
Give you your last warning.
So we're your portrait of we're your portrait of Dorian Gray.
Yeah.
Three of us have become more and more rancid.
Yeah.
So
it's
Christmas.
Sorry, Simon. The reason is because often I'll grab the topics from like 4 different sources of where they come from, and often I forget that I'm supposed to send them. So I'm sending them really late at night or like while I'm working, and so I'll quickly cut and paste and go boom and chuck it out to you, and then I realize I'm like, oh, I didn't write down who that's from, and now I have no notes where it is, and I have to check like 4 different sources of where that is, and anyway. Became too hard. So anyway, the people who know who they know themselves.
As long as it's clear that people don't. As long as it's clear that it's not Tripod who are omitting people's names.
Let's make sure that.
Yeah, no, I think it's clear that it's Tripod.
I thought you were going to say as long as it's clear that it's not Tripod coming up with these stupid topics.
Okay. Simon Hall,
so
what was your topic?
My song is called Tastes Like... Well, it's not called it, but it's got in it Tastes Like Fish. She worked like a reindeer all Christmas morning, and it came to the table, oh boy, I was fawning. I usually cook Christmas dinner, but my baby, she gave me the year off. This Christmas I'm a winner. Oh my God above, it looks like turkey and it tastes like fish, but it feels like love. Oh my God above, oh baby, you did it for me. Oh God, it feels like love. I'm gonna be sick.
Wow. Beautiful. Amazing.
So Jacques Brel, David Bowie, a lot of that coming out again. A lot of the Bowie Brel feel.
Yeah, Jon, you're playing.
Chris Isaac, but
you're playing. Your right hand, man. It's coming along, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I was thinking that's a really lovely guitar feel you just chose.
Chang,
rang, dang, rang, dang.
You know what I love about
your next level.
Yoni's what Yoni has done with his lack of he's continuing to improve proficiency on the guitar, is that it requires him to write what amounts to funeral dirges. Just because the tempo's right. Nice minor chord at the start. No, anyway, that was great, Jon. You know what? In terms of the chord sophistication, the second chord on there in the melody, I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Nice little,
what I like about trying to write songs on the guitar is I'll want to do a chord, but I don't know it yet. So I have to just do one that I do know. And then sometimes it makes me do something I wouldn't have done.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's good to jump between instruments and onto stuff you're not so familiar with. Yeah, for that reason. Your fingers don't go into Also, when I write on the guitar, my hands just go to the same old places, and it's really frustrating. So it's good to hop on the piano, which I don't know as well, and weird things happen.
I really enjoy writing melodies on the piano because of that reason. Because I can just literally randomly hit a key and go, oh, that's a really nice relation. Yeah, okay, then.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if I'm trying to do that on the guitar, then yeah, same thing. The same scales and bullshit comes out.
Yeah, it's so true for melodies. Like I've become quite nerdy about Alan Menken lately because of that documentary, and I've been looking through his charts and stuff. And it's the same as some of the other great songwriters like Cole Porter and stuff. The melodies often starts on a note that's not in the chord, and that's something I just need to work on because it's such an obvious, great sort of tool to use. But you forget, that you can do that.
Yeah. What was the Gallivant? You've got to watch Gallivant.
Scott. I've watched
Gallivant.
that.
What's that?
It's it's a whole television series / musical.
It's like a half-hour thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, no, there's several episodes.
No, but I mean, like the episodes are like a half-hour sitcom, like a half-hour sort of
with like 5-6 songs in them.
Oh wow!
Like it's the work incredibly is on show is amazing. But
so you got off topic.
I didn't stick with it. So
I want to stick on Simon's topic here, Yoni. I mean, do I need to ask what the song is about? It's
isn't it obvious?
I actually think it's quite focused this time.
It's weirdly focused.
It's suspiciously focused.
Yes,
what the heck?
Okay. We're going to hand over, as we always do, to the chat channel. That people the Patreoners are going to try to steer the vote.
Madly
taint up the system.
I think Yoni might be developing a composing theme. I'm just trying to think. I feel like there's a lot of your songs. I can think of a few Christmas songs you've written certainly that are all about looking a gift horse in the mouth, like being given a thing and having opinions about that thing the person's given you, like that song what we just heard, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
But also
I'm a terrible receiver of gifts.
Yeah. It's like
instantly
being critical of something that's been put in front of you. Like,
you're a terrible returner of things. Anyway.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I know it slightly rhymes, but...
What's the song I'm thinking of? My Christmas gift to you.
Well, yeah, there's the one that I wrote with Casey. Yeah,
love that.
That's a very... Yeah, that's about being a terrible receiver of gifts. That's for sure.
Okay, the votes are streaming in here, and oh man, okay, this is rigged. Let me look at this. Here. Oh, okay. Richard Nielsen is like a union organizer, so he's got everyone on the channel on the same page,
and they've all just. What does that mean? How do you do that?
Well, he's written in, hey, when Poggo asked us to vote, say this. And now everyone's saying it.
That counts.
And everyone is saying medley.
Yay!
Everyone wants all three.
Okay.
That's an awesome idea.
And they have to the stories have to intertwine by the end.
Turns out we're all his favourite.
Yeah.
No, through some Christmas miracle, one of those... What are those instruments, Poggo?
Instruments?
All the way up.
Like a little...
percussion...
tubular bells?
Yeah.
No.
Hanging
What are they
things.
called?
Yeah,
like chimes.
Chimes.
A chime tree.
Chime tree.
Yeah.
Right? A chime tree? Chime tree. That... Through that, like they're like little portals going from one place to another. Maybe they come together.
That sounds like a good way to do it, rather
through some Christmas miracle.
Maybe
some Christmas miracle.
This is some real Deus Ex shit, isn't it? Like
I'm thinking the person eats the fish turkey and then starts hallucinating through other realities that have other musical frames to them. And then wake up in hospital. I don't know how it is.
Maybe. Yeah, okay, so apparently everyone's a winner. Everyone's a winner! Hey! I was keen to be harsh, but no, everyone's a winner on episode 11. Yeah. So there we have it, folks. So like I said, we will be back around December for a Christmas episode where we will feature the medley of songs, Christmas songs. Looking forward to it. Bumper episode.
What is the origin of the word bumper when it comes to big? The bumper edition. What does bumper mean, Scott?
I don't. Thanks for assuming I would know that. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I'd be guessing. It's a good question though.
Bumper crop? Is it something to do with that?
I sort of enjoyed when I first found out where Blockbuster came from. I mean, it's kind of obvious, I suppose, but it had never occurred to me.
I think. Sorry, go on. No.
Do you have a guess? I'm interested in your guess.
And then I'll come back to bumper.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, well, Blockbuster is just like the queue goes around the block. It busts the block, you know. So.
What does it bust it, though?
Well, it means the
you don't have to answer
long enough. You have to go around the corner, you know.
So you half know why.
Fuck you. I don't swear on this podcast, but it's our 11th.
We're not supposed to swear.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot.
Been swearing like a sailor.
I think bumper comes from just like it's the bit where two things, butt up together. So you put something in there.
Right.
No? Anyone? No.
No.
Don't like it.
No. I don't like it. Could you sex it up a little bit more?
Sex it up.
But also, what are you putting in there? Why are you putting a thing in there? Isn't it bumper?
It's just a thing that goes where the bumpers bump.
But
is this how we're going to finish this fucking episode?
Use of the word bumper, Yanni. You're thinking of
rein it in,
on the radio or whatever.
What are you thinking it is?
Season 5, episode 11. Out.
Bumper book of 1,000 drawings.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
are we going? How's this it?
See you at Christmas, everyone.
Oh, what a way to end. I thought it was bad taste.
Oh, I know what it is. It creates a monetary bump, like a sales bump. Bumper book, like it's the big book.
What are you talking about?
It's a spike.
I hate Yanni.
I hate everyone.
Dude, shut up.
I hate everyone. See you at Christmas when I love everyone. Bye.
Wow.
And we're on for Patreon.